Okay, let's try and unpack this. The pace of AI evolution is just wild, isn't it?
It really is. Things that felt like science fiction maybe 5 years ago.
Exactly. They're now just being baked into how we build software every day.
Uh,
And on that front, we've got a really fascinating deep dive for you today. Our source, it's the keynote from Microsoft Build 2025.
and it was absolutely packed, just brimming with announcements.
Especially around AI agents, right? And all the cutting edge tools developers are going to have.
What really jumps out is just the sheer scope, the ambition of it all.
Yeah.
It's not minor tweaks, is it? It feels more like a fundamental reshaping of, well, everything development related.
Totally. Like AI is stepping into roles we only really imagined before.
Mm-hmm.
So, listener, our mission today is pretty focused. We're going to dissect this keynote, pull out the key insights.
It's a real game changer.
Right. What should be on your radar if you're tracking, the future of software and this growing power of AI within it?
We're looking at everything from supercharged IDEs to these autonomous AI things.
And even how platforms like Teams are changing completely.
Yeah, and if you zoom out a bit, you can sort of see the beginnings of what they're calling an agentic web.
Agentic web. Explain that a bit.
Well, it's not just about isolated AI tools. It's more like creating this connected ecosystem where these intelligent agents can actually work together on complex stuff.
Okay, interesting. Right, let's get into the specifics then. Starting with the basics, the core tools. Visual Studio.
The workhorse.
Yeah, getting some big upgrades. Live preview apparently works in real time as you design.
And better Git integration, too. Plus that new cross-platform debugger.
It really sounds like they're just trying to smooth out that daily coding grind.
Seems like it. And you can't forget VS Code. It's a very successful sibling.
Oh yeah, 100th release. That's huge.
Massive milestone. And the improvements, like better multi-window support, easier staging right in the editor.
It just shows how central it still is, right?
Yeah.
Especially being open source.
Definitely. And speaking of central, GitHub. It's kind of the heart of it all.
And not just for open source anymore, right? They really pushed GitHub Enterprise in the keynote.
Big time. For businesses, it seems the focus is squarely on, well, the essentials. Trust, security, compliance.
Auditability, data residency, all that crucial stuff.
Yeah, the non-negotiables. Which makes sense, especially as AI gets woven deeper in.
Good point. Addressing those concerns up front.
Too smart.
Okay, so speaking of deeper integration, GitHub Copilot, it's clearly moving beyond just code suggestions.
Yeah, it's becoming much more of a central AI assistant right there in VS Code.
And here's a really interesting bit. They're making Copilot in VS Code open source.
It's a big move.
Huge. Putting those AI capabilities right into the open core of, the most popular editor.
Yeah, the implications. I mean, think about community involvement.
Right. It could really accelerate things, couldn't it? People tailoring it, building on it.
Absolutely. It opens the door wide for contributions.
But Copilot's not just about writing new code. They're aiming it at app modernization, too.
Which is often a massive headache for companies.
Totally. We're talking AI that can handle framework upgrades, like Java 8 to 21 or .NET 6 to 9.
Wow. Okay. That's ambitious.
And even migrating on-prem apps to the cloud. Imagine the time savings for companies stuck with legacy systems.
That could be a genuine game changer. It might really speed up that whole shift to the cloud, reduce technical debt.
Free up resources for other things.
Exactly.
Okay, now, this is where it gets really futuristic. The autonomous SRE agent. Site reliability engineering.
Right. This sounds like an always-on problem solver. Super proactive.
Designed to automatically triage incidents, figure out the root cause, apply fixes.
And then log it all as a GitHub issue, complete with repair steps.
What do you make of that level of automation in ops?
It's remarkable, isn't it? It's way beyond just alerting humans. It's taking action.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you think about the future role of SREs. Maybe less firefighting, more strategy, overseeing the AI.
Setting the rules, maybe. Making sure the AI does what the business needs.
Something like that. Defining the rules of engagement.
And get this. Those repair items the SRE agent finds, you can assign them directly to GitHub Copilot.
Okay, wait. So Copilot goes from pair programmer suggesting things
To peer programmer, actually handling bug fixes, new features, maintenance autonomously.
Wow.
And this isn't future talk. This autonomous Copilot generally available now.
That's a fundamental shift. AI moving beyond just generating code to managing it.
Right. How are developers even going to interact with code bases going forward? Will we just define the high-level stuff and let AI handle the details?
It raises exactly those kinds of questions. It's like gaining a super skilled, tireless teammate.
Okay, let's pivot. Microsoft Teams, they're billing this update as massive,
Comparable to the initial Teams launch, they said.
bringing together chat, search, notebooks, creation tools, and, no surprise, AI agents.
The integration is the key, I think. Making AI just a seamless part of the daily workflow.
And the chat. It's not just searching the web anymore. It's grounded in your internal work data, too. This pages concept.
That grounding is crucial, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes the AI assistants actually relevant to your work, your company.
Moves beyond generic answers.
Exactly. Tailored context.
Then there's universal search, searching not just M365, but Confluence, Google Drive, Jira, ServiceNow, all from one place.
That's potentially huge for productivity, breaking down those data silos.
Imagine the time saved just finding stuff.
Yeah, unified information access, vital for making good decisions quickly.
And a notebooks feature sounds pretty cool. You create these collections, chats, pages, docs, emails.
All mixed together.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
can even pull audio reviews or podcasts out of those collections.
Whoa, synthesizing information from all sorts of formats. That could uncover insights you'd otherwise miss.
And the create function gets AI too, turning PowerPoints into videos, generating images.
Embedding AI creativity everywhere, basically.
Makes content creation easier for everyone, not just designers.
Democratizing it, yeah.
Okay, let's drill down on those specialized agents in Teams and Copilot. The researcher agent sounds powerful.
Synthesizing info from the web and your internal stuff. Using deep chain of thought reasoning.
What does that actually mean, deep chain of thought?
Think of it like the AI isn't just finding facts. It's reasoning through them step by step, like a human researcher would.
Ah, okay. Understand connections, implications.
Exactly. Not just surface-level retrieval. More nuanced, comprehensive answers.
Could be massive for anyone who does a lot of info gathering.
Definitely.
Then the analyst agent takes raw data, like from Excel.
And spits out insights, forecasts, visualizations.
Again, democratizing data analysis. You don't need to be a data scientist to get valuable insights.
Empowers data-driven decisions across the board.
And using them sounds easy. Just mention them in Teams or Copilot. Ask a question, assign a task.
Making it feel natural, right?
Yeah.
Part of the conversation.
Yeah.
That's key for adoption.
Yeah, if it's easy, people will actually use it.
Yeah.
They also mentioned the Teams AI library for building multiplayer agents. Support something called MCP.
Multi-component protocol. Basically a standard way for different software bits like AI agents to talk to each other securely.
Like a common language for agents.
Pretty much. Lets them collaborate on more complex tasks. And they're using Azure Search for memory, too.
So the agents can remember past interactions, have context.
Right. Episodic and semantic memory. Makes them much smarter over time.
Okay, this next one feels like a really big step. An agent store.
Like an app store, but for AI agents.
Exactly. Developers can build and publish their agents there, make them discoverable across Copilot and Teams.
That could be a huge catalyst for innovation, right? A whole ecosystem of specialized agents, access to potentially millions of users.
Yeah, massive opportunity. And for big companies, Copilot tuning.
Creating custom enterprise-grade agents.
Fine-tune on their specific data, workflows, even their company style guide or tone.
That's crucial for relevance inside a company. Generic AI is okay, but one that understands your internal jargon, your processes.
It's much more powerful. And the training sounds efficient. Small set of references.
And it inherits permissions from source control. That's smart. Security baked in.
Plus a model router that automatically picks the best OpenAI model for the job. Hiding some complexity.
Simplifying things, yeah. Lowers the barrier to entry for custom enterprise AI.
Now things get even more advanced, moving beyond single model apps to truly multimodal.
Using different types of models for different tasks.
And they announced Grok from xAI is coming to Azure.
Interesting. More model diversity.
And to manage all this, model provisioning on Foundry, you allocate compute power that can be shared across models, including Grok.
Sounds more flexible, maybe more cost-effective for managing AI infrastructure,
Yeah.
optimizing resources.
The Foundry agent service itself is GA now too, building declarative agents, low code.
And orchestrating multiple agents for complex tasks.
Again, making it easier for more people to build serious AI stuff.
Lowering the barrier, yeah. Less coding expertise needed for sophisticated workflows.
Connecting Foundry to existing containers or functions, deploying open source models to AKS Cloud or on-prem with Arc seems really smooth.
Integration seems key.
You can fine-tune models in Foundry, then push them to Copilot Studio for automation or more agents. They even mentioned a Stanford healthcare agent orchestrator now available in Foundry.
Wow, pre-built solutions like that can really speed things up for specific industries.
And managing it all in production. New observability features in Foundry, monitoring impact, quality, safety, cost.
Absolutely essential.
Yeah.
You can't just deploy AI and hope for the best. You need visibility.
Responsible AI deployment needs that kind of oversight.
Totally.
Okay, enterprise integration and security. Super critical for adoption.
Non-negotiable.
Agents built in Foundry and Copilot Studio automatically get their own identity in Entra ID, formerly Azure AD.
Own permissions, policies, access controls, like any other user or app.
That sounds like a solid security foundation.
Fundamental for governance in an enterprise setting.
And partnerships with ServiceNow, Workday for automated agent provisioning via Entra.
Interoperability, making it fit into existing business processes.
Plus Purview integrated with Foundry for data protection while building agents.
End-to-end data governance
Ooh.
shows they're thinking about the whole life cycle.
And Defender integrated too, extending threat protection to the agents themselves. Wallet abuse, credential theft.
Covering the potential risks of these more autonomous systems, building trust.
Seems like a comprehensive approach to securing this agent landscape.
You'd hope so.
All right, shifting gears slightly. Bringing AI power to the edge to client devices, Foundry Local.
Running app server and agent, building stuff right on Windows and Mac.
Yeah. Fast runtime, models and agents as a service locally, CLI for local dev. What does that unlock?
Could enable whole new types of edge AI apps, right? Processing closer to the data, better latency, maybe better privacy.
Plus more flexibility for developers building and testing locally.
Definitely. And then there's Windows AI Foundry, their internal platform going external.
Supporting the whole AI dev lifecycle across CPUs, GPUs, NPUs, local, and cloud.
A unified platform bridging cloud and edge.
And Foundry Local is built into Windows AI Foundry. Gives access to pre-optimized open source models for local execution.
Smart optimization for whatever hardware you have.
They're also building native MCP support, that protocol again, into Windows itself.
Built-in servers for file systems, settings, app actions, plus a secure registry to find them.
So better, more secure communication between different bits of software on Windows.
Sounds like it. Essential for more modular, secure AI systems on the client.
And something else developers might like. WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux.
Going fully open source. Code on GitHub.
Big win for cross-platform workflows, right?
Absolutely. More flexibility, more community involvement.
They also announced NL Web. Sounds like an easy way for website or API owners to turn their stuff into agentic apps.
Just point an agent at your existing site or API. That could massively expand what agents can do with existing web resources.
Democratizing agent creation again.
Seems to be a theme.
Data integration, another huge theme. Cosmos DB directly integrated into Foundry.
So agents can store and retrieve conversation history easily. Use it for RAG.
Exactly. Retrieval augmented generation. Making AI responses grounded in actual data, more context-aware.
Improves the quality of interaction significantly. Stateful agents.
And even more data links. Azure Databricks connected to Foundry, even running LLM processing inside PostgreSQL queries.
Whoa, okay. That's deep integration across the data stack, giving agents access to richer data.
And Cosmos DB coming into Fabric, Microsoft's big data analytics platform.
Handling semi-structured stuff, text, images, audio, alongside structured data.
Unifying the whole data estate for AI. They're even building a no-code, low-code digital twin builder into Fabric.
Making complex data modeling more accessible. Unifying data is key for comprehensive AI.
And check this out. Shortcut transformations in one lake, which is part of Fabric. Basically AI-powered ETL.
Applying pre-built AI transformations to incoming data, like audio to text, sentiment analysis, summarization.
Yeah. Powered by Foundry. Integrated into Fabric. Super efficient data processing.
Streamlines that whole data prep bottleneck. Very smart.
Oh, and a quick mention. The world's largest GB200 supercomputer will be on Azure.
Just flexing the raw compute power needed for all this AI.
Underscores the commitment. Finally, AI for science. Microsoft Discovery.
Applying the whole AI stack to scientific workflows.
Understanding nuanced scientific knowledge, public and private data, built on Foundry using specialized R&D agents.
Agents for reasoning and actually conducting research.
They said companies are already using it to speed up R&D. What's the potential impact there?
Huge. Accelerating breakthroughs in drug discovery, material science, tackling massive challenges by analyzing complex data, generating hypotheses, could be transformative for science.
So if we bring it all back, The big theme of this keynote really feels like building this open, scalable, agentic web.
Yeah, built on a really comprehensive, interconnected platform. It's not just tools, it's an ecosystem.
Designed to empower developers and unlock AI agent potential everywhere.
The sheer volume, the interconnectedness, it signals a major acceleration, AI getting woven into every layer.
Absolutely. And for you, the listener, it's really worth thinking about how all these AI agents, these new tools, how might they impact your work, your projects?
Or even just how you think about where technology is heading.
Which brings us to a final thought for you to chew on. Imagine a world where AI agents really can autonomously handle big chunks of software development, maybe even scientific research.
What completely new possibilities might open up? And maybe what new challenges might we face?
Definitely something to think about. And if any of this sparked your interest, definitely dig deeper into the specific tech announced at Build 2025.
There's a lot more detail out there to explore.